Thorny-tailed lizards have a large, flat, spiny tail, which accounts for their variety of common names such as beaver-tail or shovel-tailed lizard. These lizards are comical to watch as they scurry to gobble up ants that walk nearby. By definition, a tropical rainforest is located within 25 degrees north or south of the equator and is characterized by high rainfall, humidity, and temperatures. The rainforest around this area is approximately 3 degrees south latitude and receives an average of 210 inches of rain per year. Daytime temperatures are usually in the mid to high 80s with humidity ranging between 80 to 90%. This close to the equator, daylight hours last from approximately 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with little change throughout the year. During our visit at Explorama, we took day trips back into the Napa River tributaries and lakes. On one trip to a lake, we happened upon a crested heron and a koi heron jaunting about on the shoreline. After that, we entered a lake that looked like split pea soup, but was actually covered with duckweed and water lettuce. Jacamar birds exist exclusively in the American tropics. Like kingfishers, they excavate nest tunnels in riverbanks where they raise their young. Jacamars typically feed on insects including bees, wasps, and flying ants, all of which they pursue in intrepid aerial chases. Feeding on leaves as they hang upside down, sloths live almost exclusively in trees and move incredibly slowly. The two shown here are female three-toed sloths. You will notice the top one carrying a baby on her belly. Sloths reach maturity around 3 years old and they may live for 20 or 30 years. Besides their slow movement that probably helps them escape notice from predators searching the canopy, the surface of their hair has many grooves and pits in which algae and fungus readily grow to turn the animal greenish and camouflaged. Not only do sloths support plants on their bodies, a number of different beetles and moth species spend at least part of their life cycles living on sloths. One moth species, called a sloth moth, lives as an adult moth in the sloth hair, reproducing by laying its eggs in sloth droppings. Sloths come down from the canopy about once a week to urinate and defecate at the base of a tree. It remains a mystery why they bother climbing down instead of just defecating from the heights. Three-toed sloths also take extra time to dig a small hole, relieve themselves, and then cover their droppings. During this 30-minute period, the animals are dangerously vulnerable to predators such as snakes, cats, or hawks. On one of our expeditions, we arrived slightly later than expected. We proudly accepted the Bad Boys Award for the day.
Well, I would like to say welcome to the Ethno Botanical Garden. Guillermo is taking good care of this place to teach people about his knowledge and also to practice his knowledge in tropical medicine. We call this our green pharmacy. I can tell you things about ayahuasca, but Guillermo knows more about this because they believe this is like the father and mother from all the plants here. It's like ayahuasca's calling name is a soul vine. Soul vine, the scientific name is Banisteriopsis caapi, and is used for their ceremonies to diagnose their patients for cleanness, what you call. It's also a good laxative and purgative, but also for him it is doctor. This is the doctor they believe, ayahuasca, and here is Guillermo that works with the ayahuasca doctor to treat their patients. Ayahuasca, it's a woody vine. Okay, it's a vine that grows in the rainforest here. It's not really easy to find because there are many vines that looks just like this, and you have to know the special type, and this is the ayahuasca. And now we can ask Guillermo how they use ayahuasca in the preparation of this beverage for the patients and for himself. And Guillermo will tell us in Spanish all the different plants and how they make ayahuasca. Okay, he's telling me that to prepare ayahuasca, the beverage, they have to boil this for hours, maybe 11 hours, 11 horas, 12 horas, 12 hours. Okay, they just keep adding more water and keeps boiling and boiling, steaming out. And they not just use ayahuasca, which is the main ingredient, they use other plants like angel's trumpet, toy is in Spanish. Also they use chacruna, another plant, yahe, and tobacco leaves for the preparation of ayahuasca. They have to stop eating because they have to be there at the moment, taking care of the preparation, so they don't do any other things. It's just there taking care of the beverage because it's very important for them. It's like a ceremony sort of thing to be after or taking care of the ayahuasca preparation. So they use all those plants, and after that, maybe they get a bottle like this. This is ayahuasca, the drink. I asking how many kilograms of the ayahuasca plants they use. ¿Cuántos kilos de plantas?
8 10 kilos.
8 to 10 kilograms of all the ayahuasca and other plants they use that to prepare in this ceramic pot here, this container, for about 12 hours. You can just go on a brief walk around the garden, see some of the plants, and then say thank you to this guy, and we head back to the camp. The local people use dragon's blood to treat like ulcers and also cuts. But the way it's applied on the skin is by getting the sap from the string. He's gonna show you the way to do it. Look here, this guy is applying on the skin, rub it on the skin. He gets a paste out of the sap, and that's what we use direct on the skin, especially for machete cuts, any wound, to heal and close the wounds and the cuts.
That would be where the wound would be.
Crema.
No, look now. He gets the cream in there, and that's what they use
Heridas, picadas de sangre.
on mosquito bites and on the cuts or wounds, whatever. The problem is on the skin, direct on the skin. This is antiseptic medicine also, and also for bleeding is like anticoagulant medicine. Okay, and you can see all the sap in just one cut, and it's very famous in Peru, and we export that a lot also. The Japanese people love this, and in Peru it's very well commercialized because it's very effective medicine. Very effective.
After our tour through the ethnobotanical garden at Explorama, we departed for the Cibatops Resort. Our journey takes us about 60 miles up the Napo River to a small town called Mazen. During the boat trip, we discovered a large rainstorm covering the peninsula where we were headed. Because we saw no lightning, we realized it was not a thunderstorm, but we expected we would get wet. After we arrived in Mazen, we loaded our luggage into a rickshaw motorcycle to travel across the Timacarillo Road. The Timacarillo Road consists of hundreds of pads of poured concrete stretching about 3 miles between the Napo and the Amazon rivers. For local businesses, this route reduces the distance around the peninsula, making it possible to transport cargo and passengers a shorter distance from the Amazon to the upstream Napo River locations. On our journey, we were able to zigzag in and out of several rain showers until we got close to the Amazon River. After we arrived at the port, it poured for a while. While we waited for the rain to cease, we stayed in a covered market. Outside the cover, shippers had parked several rickshaws loaded with cargo to be sent to other markets on the Amazon River. After the rain cleared, we boarded a taxi heading down the Amazon River again, this time to the Cibatops Resort. Cibatops sits directly on the banks of the Amazon River and is surrounded by the privately owned and protected 250-acre reserve. The upscale amenities make it an appropriate lodge for those who feel more at ease with the comforts of industrialization. A power generator runs 24 hours a day to supply electricity to the 40 air-conditioned rooms that provide hot water, private bathroom, closets, desks, full-sized beds, and they even have a computer room with internet and email access. In addition to the room features, there is a swimming pool with a slide and a hydro massage whirlpool. These additions make the Amazon experience possible for a wider variety of guests who have always dreamed of seeing the rainforest. Outside the rooms is a beautiful outdoor tiled terrace complete with overhead fans, lounge chairs, and a palm-thatched roof. On our next boating adventure, we encountered a group of pink river dolphins. The most widespread of all freshwater dolphins are the pink river dolphin species in South America. They feed mostly on fish, as well as other aquatic organisms such as crabs. They use their excellent eyesight to locate prey in clear water, but in cloudy water they emit a series of clicking noises, 30 to 80 per second, which they then use as sonar by listening to their clicks bounce off potential prey items. They use their ability to flex their necks back and forth to broadcast and scan these clicking sounds over a large area. Pink river dolphins rarely jump completely out of the water. There are over 2,500 fish species in the Amazon, including the world's largest freshwater fish. The largest family of fish is the catfish family. The local residents have many different methods to catch fish. They use harpoons, gigs, fishing poles, gill nets, and cast nets. In the tributaries of the Amazon, fishing and farming are how people survive.
Oh, there you go. Isn't that a monster? Prehistoric.
Prehistoric looking turtle. Tengo un chiquitito así, ve.
Mata.
Look at the neck, the nose right here. It's two little eyes. The name of this river here, Yanayaco, means Blackwater River. It's a small tributary for the Amazon, and the Amazon has over 1,000 tributaries, but this is just one of them, okay? We just see in a sloth here, this is a male sloth. His name is Nestor. He named it Nestor. It's a sloth pet. And Mr. Castillo lives in this house here. This is his living room and some of his bedroom here and kitchen in this area. You can see it's built on a stilt to survive the high water season because all the land around here gets underwater. He has a lot of nice pets here in the house to share with us, and you can look at this. Beautiful boa constrictor. We call them arcoiris, and that means in English rainbow. So it's called rainbow boa because they like to stay by the water. They feed on frogs, on small rodents, birds. It's a female, he says, and he calls him Rosita. Rosita! He's also a little afraid of his rainbow boa. Anyway. See how many it is now? Millipede. As you see, they have 2 pairs of leg per segment.
Right.
That's a millipede. 1 leg per segment is a centipede. And they have a very strong armor here. Really strong, you can feel. That's how they protect themselves. And they feed on buttonwoods. They're harmless.
Right.
I mean, they're not really toxic. They can spray in like strong odor, you know, for their protection, but they don't do. Centipedes really will sting you. They're
Really?
toxic.
Squirrel monkeys live in the canopy level of tropical rainforest trees to about 3,000 feet up mountains and occasionally descend to the ground for food. They live in both disturbed and mature forests, as well as in cultivated areas, usually along rivers and streams. Their head and body length is about 9 to 14 inches, with a tail length from 14 to 18 inches. They weigh from 1 to 1.5 pounds. Habitat conversion for farming is a major threat to all habitats that support this species. Squirrel monkeys eat mostly insects and ripe fruit, nuts, flowers, buds, seeds, leaves, and tree gum or sap. Several females in the group produce a single offspring each year with seasonal births. Gestation is about 5.5 months. Infants are able to climb from birth, and the parent's support role is less than with other monkeys. Males take no part in rearing young, but other females assist the mother. Their lifespan in captivity is a little over 9 years. In the background, you can hear the black-fronted nunbirds.
That was a really famous because when the first explorers came to the Amazon in the 1500s, from a distance they confused them they thought that they were looking at women and not men because of the long head dress. It looked like long, like almost blonde hair all the way down, and also they had a grass skirt. It looked like Hawaiian, and having the bow and arrows ready to protect themselves. They looked like the really warrior Amazonas, like in the Greek mythology, Amazonas without a breast. They even probably thought that they reduced the size of the breast to have more ability with bow and arrows. We believe that that's how they picked the name of the river, Amazonas. I would like to welcome you to the Yagua Indian tribe. This is Mamerto, our chief, the cacique of this tribe. This guy here has a big family, and we're visiting his family and his small community of the Yaguas in this tribe. In Peru, like I mentioned before, we have about 65 different tribes, ethnic tribes, and this is one of them. We will learn a little bit about their culture, have a little blog on demonstration. This is the main weapon, and it keeps all their darts in this quiver with the curare, the poison, ready to hunt, and Igmamerto is ready for that. We have a target back there. We have a monkey for our target. And we'll see if this works, okay? We have to put the monkey in your head though.
And close your eyes.
And close your eyes.
William Tell.
And now Mamerto's gonna show us how he uses his blog. Another one is coming in the way. There he goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Malo! Mamerto. It's a sloth. It's coming to me. All right. Look the boy with the monkey. Eso.
Praise your name forever and ever. This is my great joy.